Anyway, now it is my honor to introduce our wonderful host and our guest today, and it's Lissa Coffey. Are you there, Lissa?
I'm here, Pammy.
Yay!
Hello.
And before I can't help it, this is the fifth or sixth time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, beautiful Lissa. Hope your day is as beautiful as you are inside and out. Have a great, great day.
Thanks.
In case you haven't guessed,
so far.
yes, I know. It's in case you haven't guessed, it's Lisa's birthday today, and so I'm so honored that you're with us on your birthday, honey. And oh, and so I know we're talking about letting go of the life we planned so far and opening up to the life that is waiting for us. And I just want to thank you for having your class with Swami S today, and how that infinity sign is everywhere. And so we more or less are always asked to change with the changes, because life is continuously changing. And so how do we in Western, and how we believe is that you not only are in the flow, but you also step out and above the challenges and look below, and you step out constantly and up confidently in our greatness, and we draw upon that excitement of something new that is now pulling us into a higher consciousness, and blaze that new trail of spiritual awareness. So I want to know what you have to say about that.
Well, I think, I had some stuff prepared, but when Swami spoke today, it just set off all kinds of new sparks of ideas. And I love that he said, life is a mandala. You are a mandala. I've got this mandala behind me. So if you can, imagine this is a symbol for life, and how everything is intricately connected. And it's just this beautiful design. But, in our day-to-day, we're not looking at that big picture. We're kind of caught up in the little knots sometime, and caught up in the little things that we see as an obstacle, or we see as a hindrance to us, or a challenge to us. And in that moment, we might not see that if we can just maybe get over it, a whole new path opens up for us, but this is kind of how life works. And we, I think we're all doing the best we can with what we're given, and that's all we can do. And when we do that, though, do the best and step up and step out and take on that challenge, and not just walk away and give up, and just say, forget it, this isn't worth it. We're rewarded every single time we step up, step out. We get rewarded. We see the beauty in life. We learn more about who we are. We grow. We experience. We connect, and we get a glimpse of that bigger picture. There's a Vedanta story. I just thought of this now. So there's these 4 people, and they see this huge wall in front of them. And they're like, what is over that wall? So the first guy struggles, but he climbs up the wall. He gets to the top of the wall, and he goes, wow, wow, wow. And he just jumps over. And the other guys are going, what did he see? What's going on? What's going on? So then the second guy goes to the top of the wall. He's like, oh, wow, wow, wow. And he jumps over. And then the third guy does the same thing. He's like, oh my gosh, wow. And he jumps over. And the fourth guy's like, wait, I got to see this. So he peeks over, and he sees how beautiful it is. And instead of jumping over, he goes back down, and he tells everyone else, come on, you got to see this, right? So he becomes the teacher. So I think a lot of us, we understand that because we're so connected in this world, it's not just about me or any single one of us. It's about all of us learning and growing together. And we get to that place where it's not a selfish thing anymore. It's a selfless thing. So when we step up and step out and serve others, we understand that we're really serving ourselves, because there's no difference between you and me. We're all the same. We are the same. So,
well, in that, I agree, in that when you think about like the oversoul, all of the teachings that say we are that one soul and we are the light of that one soul in our unique fingerprint of that light, but we all share that same perfection of the good that is in and through and at us, as us, and surrounds us. And that, you know, it is so interesting. There are so many songs and so many poems about what you just said, in that do we selflessly jump over the wall, as you say, and keep going? Or do we look back and say, come, this is good. There is a way. I can, let us be pulled by this new greatness that's coming up. And I feel that the challenges that are facing us right now are asking us to be pulled by those challenges, to look beyond, and not only look beyond in that selflessness and that expansiveness of what's calling a higher calling to us, but also to share this wisdom that has been with us since the beginning of time and continues to manifest in new awarenesses in our life, to call us to a new way of being, and to be the teacher and the student all at once, of course, because changes for us on this physical life, which is such a joy to be here. That they say that this is the most incredible place to get in touch with the divine, and it's also the most challenging one. And so it sounds easier to say, well, change your thinking, change your life. One of the things that those universal thoughts that Ernest Holmes says, but we can see sometimes that only that is what is challenging is the challenge itself, and we don't have any idea sometimes how to go with the flow and open up to greater good and be the teacher and be the leader as well, all of those things, and be the student, because we are all those things all at the same one. So
right.
when we come to changes, what is the greatest advice you have for coming to deal with changes? Because life is forever. It is simple as that. But how do we embody that with what's happening? I always say that the planet, I always saw the planet as everything is breath and water and life. And so the in-breath, we are still in the expansive in-breath, expanding and forever expanding. And then the out-breath brings us all back together in that dark, that probably it's a microscopic, energetic presence until we start again in the in-breath. And I think that life mirrors that too. And I think Swami S said something like that, but not the same way, but that we're on that in-breath and we're expanding, and either we stay behind the wall. I love that story. We climb over the wall by our own selves, or we climb over the wall and teach others to do it as well.
Yeah. And sometimes that's the harder choice, right? Because how easy it would be to just flop on over the wall and, live that life or whatever. It's a harder choice to go back and to help others. But, in Buddhism, they're called bodhisattvas. They're the ones who help other people. And I like what you said about the breath too, because, when we're scared or in fear, we tend to hold our breath, right? But then when you relax, you exhale. That's where the relaxing is. That's where the full circle is, when you can stay in the present moment. Yeah. So when we have all these changes in life, and life is full of changes, when do we not have changes, right? Everything changes. You know, we have a birthday. We're getting older. Our kids are getting older. Our house is falling apart. The streets are falling apart. We need infrastructure. We need this. Didn't we just do that? Well, it's time to do it again. I mean, it's just constant, constant, constant. That's what living on this earth is all about. There's a purpose to it. A purpose that is to teach us. And so we need to see the lesson in that. Everything changes. And when everything changes, what's the best way to get through all that? Hang on to the one thing that does not change. Hang on to the one thing that is permanent, the one thing that is real, the one thing that is forever, and that's God, or spirit, or universal energy, or Buddha, Krishna, whatever you want to label that, it's all the same thing, but that is the one thing that doesn't change. So when you find yourself in chaos, like Sonia was talking about today, right?
Yes.
Step back, see the pattern, that this chaos is all part of the intricate pattern. You know, it's like lace. When you look at lace, if you look at a little piece of lace, you're like, what is all this like knots? It's not so beautiful. But you step back and look and it's like, wow, that's really something, you know?
You know, it's interesting. I had an art class one time and they showed us snaps of a person's face. And the face was so like almost exaggerated in every way. And then when they put that face together, it was Sophia Loren. It's the same thing. And going back to going back to nature even, and in that oneness and looking towards that energetic presence. Thich Nhat Hanh says, enlightenment for a wave in the ocean is the moment the wave realizes it is water. When we realize we are not separate, but a part of the huge ocean of everything, we become enlightened. We realize through practice that we remain awake and aware of this through our practice as we step out of our comfort zone and step up to our spiritual awakening in new and wonderful ways, remembering that we are all part of something that is eternal, immortal, and that we're here to awaken and come back home.
Yes, and that's a really good analogy, because what changes when the wave understands its water? What changes? The wave always was water. But
yes,
it's just its mindset, right? It's like, I think of myself as a wave and I'm an individual. Oh, I'm water.
Yeah.
It didn't.
And I'm in the flow. Yeah.
And that's how we are too. We are that spirit. We don't have to like become that. We just have to wake up to it. We have to wake up to the knowledge of it, to the wisdom of it, because we are that right now.
Yeah. You know, I want to go back to that wall too. When we begin a journey and we step out and up into something unknown that we perceive as beautiful and greater. And I think that a lot of the things on the planet, we would so much, I can't believe how Mars is now generating oxygen. I mean, I just couldn't believe this, and how people like an Elon Musk are wanting to go into new territory and to bring the good with them, that breath of life, that beingness out there. So stepping out into the unknown, what are we going to bring with us? We're going to bring the knowledge that we have, and the greatest knowledge that we have into anything that we do, is what you said, is we have source. And anything that comes in and through and as us in that creative oneness is from source, is from God. And so our first breath, our soul is continually being called to us to be brave, step up regardless of what others want to say or think or anything else. And you can imagine all that is happening now with all of the companies going out beyond the government, out beyond NASA to do new space travel, new exploration in their creativity that doesn't take a lot of bureaucracy, so to speak, to do this. So when we're stepping out, I think of how brave, and people are already signing up to go to Mars. I
Yeah.
think, isn't that amazing? And so their bravery in a whole new world is inspiring me to look beyond our pity petty things down here, so to speak, into the opportunity that one of, I believe the soul incarnates many, many times. Maybe we'll be living on another planet, another universe. We never know. So anyway, but I just think our soul is being called to that greater step, whether you're moving to Mars or not.
Absolutely.
I mean, moving on. Go ahead.
I've spent a lot of time with Deepak Chopra, and he always says, step into that field of uncertainty, into that unknown, because that's where all the potential is. That's where all the opportunities are. And, Elon Musk, somebody could say, who are you that thinks you could go to Mars or whatever? Who is he to say he can't? I mean, exactly. Any of us can do something if we have that inclination, whatever it is. I want to write a book. I want to bake a cake. I'm having Brian build a jungle gym in my backyard, Who is he to say I can't do that? And he's like, okay, I can do that. I'm just going to watch some YouTube videos and I'm going to do that, We can do anything. If you have the inclination, it means that potential is in you. You totally can do it. Yeah. That little spur of momentum is all you need to do anything you want to do, including getting enlightened.
Yes.
So if you want that, make that your goal, make that your priority, step out, step up, do the work. Don't say, okay, well, I'm just going to wait to wake up. You got to kind of set the alarm. You got to kind of take the steps to get there yourself. You make that your goal and you'll get it.
Well, it is. I love that because, again, I always vacillate between the desire that wants to be enlightened in greater ways. And when that happens, the passion happens, then it's not work. Once you get a taste of awakening or enlightenment or whatever it is, then you know that it is good and very good, that's what's coming down. And that once you have that conviction, all you have to really do is have the conviction, not even the passion, to do this. I'm going to go back. I honestly think I honestly, I don't mean to have this as a judgment, but I wonder if Elon Musk is a Martian and he just came down here to jump over that wall and take us with him and to recreate, who knows? And he may not even know it. But one of these what was Einstein? Einstein came in with principles that are still being now proved correct, like the string theory, how we're all connected, how whatever we do to one person, we do to everyone and everything in this vibrating universe. And so I'm into raising my set point for vibration to attract more good, more awakening in my soul, and just seeing a whole new world, and also in this changing environment, letting go and letting God, as we say, as we step up into who I've come here to be and who I would like to share those ideas with. And when you're around people that aren't, who aren't, how do I say this, open and receptive to that energetic presence. That's all it takes. You don't have to have the same faith I have. You don't have to be the same person I am. You don't have to think like I do. But when you have these spiritual principles, these innate principles about kindness and love and raising your set point into being open and receptive to moving up and moving out, that's exciting. When you're with people who don't want to change or do anything different, or who have set ways all the time, that's not exciting. And it's not exciting for them either.
Yeah, it's not fun. I mean,
go ahead.
People like Elon Musk, we can use them as inspiration, Maybe we don't want to go to Mars, he's shooting pretty high there. But whatever it is we want to do, it's like, if he can do it, I can do it, because we're the same. He's a mandala, I'm a mandala, you know what I mean? use that kind of, those examples to inspire you, whatever it is.
I'm going to close with this, and then I just let you close with, it's just such a joy to be with you on your birthday. That's number one. And then I believe that, I think Marianne Williamson, no, each of us has a unique part to play in healing of the world. If not when, and if not you, who, and now is the time. Now is the time to be part of the solution of a world that science has proven needs our assistance on this. We're going to be left behind. It's real simple to me. We have to go with the flow, or if we don't raise our consciousness and do what it takes to shift the way we treat the planet, then the planet is going to heal itself with or without us, because it is immortal, it is eternal, just like we are, and it is going to cure its own self in its highest way, whatever that change takes. And I don't know, that was a little tirade. So
no, that was perfect. And it's the same thing. It's the planet and it's the people, how we treat each other. So much of that is coming into light, in the news and everything, how we treat each other, our brothers and sisters here. This is saying a lot. And I think a lot of people need to look at how they treat themselves and give themselves love and give themselves forgiveness and give themselves permission to step up and step out and to do what they've always wanted to do and what their heart is telling them. Don't let anybody stop you. You can do it.
I agree. And I believe the substance and sustenance of all that is needed to support that, and we call it money here, but what is money? It's nothing. It's a piece of paper. And so all that energetic presence that created the energy for Elon Musk to now do space explorations and signing up people for journeys and everything else, all of that was an idea. There is nothing on this planet that was not an idea from the creative source itself, that outpictured and with a commitment was made and brought to fruition. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Tupac always tells this story about how, he studied with the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, and Maharishi Mahesh Yogi would always have these big visions. We're going to do this and we're going to do this. And then his board of directors is like, Maharishi, where's the money going to come from for this? And he's like, well, from wherever it is right now. It was as simple
exactly.
as that.
And so on this note, I just thank you so much, honey, for being with us. And thank you for sharing Swami S with us as well. What a gift. And I will see you very, very soon. And I would love for you to even come on our Thursday night uplift sometime and talk more about the mandala, and especially the mandala you have, which is the Om. I thought that all of it fascinating. Love you. Blessings galore. I'm so happy you're with us, and I'll see you soon, and we'll celebrate your birthday soon. Okay, bye. Bye, sweetheart. Thank you.